Assalamu alaikum. In our last video, we have seen how we can create a rules which will allow us to do our vulnerability assessment. So here in this video, we are going to see how we can directly use the opportunity that we have created so far, so that we can do our vulnerability assessment. So let's go through the video. Now here we can put our lab admin that we have created in the last video. We create so after we have logged in with our lab admin, here is the dashboard that we can, as you can see. So we will go to the vulnerability. We go to the heading, okay, and we can create our vulnerability assessment here with lab/va, okay. Then we will apply it, and then we will add the data sources here. We will press the plus sign icon, okay, and here we can put the name of our application. Maybe we can put any name. Let's play db2. Okay, we'll create the database name as db2. We'll make the database name db2, and here down we'll write all our data. That is to say, application type vulnerability assessment, username. We'll make the username as what? As maybe db2 install, the same one we put before, db2 install. Okay, password, we will write password at Guardium as we have write before. Okay, and then we will write the IP address of our server. That is, let's make it 192.168.42. okay, then .179. This is our IP address. Then database sample, database name will write it as sample. Okay, then we will leave it the way it is. Okay, then schema db2 install. We will write schema db2 install. db2 install. Okay, so here we write our data, then we will create, say we will go to the down. You see, we put all our data, so we will save it, and then we'll test the connection. Voila, you see it has connection successfully. Okay, so we are going to close the application. You see here the vulnerability assessment we have just created before we run it. You see we have name osprey db2 1, then db2, the name of our type of database we want to have a vulnerability assessment. Then we have the IP address, we have port, we have the service name example, and we have the username. Okay, then we create good to add data source, then we make it save. That's all. So we have already created our data source. So now we are going to add the database that we have already created, so that we can continue our own responsibility to run a vulnerability assessment. So here, if you can know, this is what we have just created. So here, as we have already created, then we can just apply, right? So we will apply now, then we can configure the test like that. So when we go here, we want to make a test like a critical, so we can make this one and we close this one. Okay, so here we are going to select db2 like that, and then we should go down a little. So as you can see here, we have make it, we want to only our severity to be critical, and we select the DB2 that we are already decide to make a vulnerability assessment on it, I mean the database. So we create add selections here, and then so as you can see here, we have already added the selection. You see lab BA2. Okay, so now we should go down and back to our main point, that is we will return. Okay, so now we have returned to our security assessment finder, and we are going to run our vulnerability assessment to see whether we can run it very efficient and very effective. Okay, so we are going to run it once. Here we will run it, then assessment execution is added to the job Guardium key. Okay, then we can say okay, that's all. So for us to see our vulnerability assessment result, we are going back to the heading so that we can go to Guardium job queue here. Okay, then as you can see, this is our Guardium job queue that we have just already been created. Our Guardium, you see this is the name, and you see where we are going to get the data sources. So we are going to refresh it a while, and you can see, as you can see this one. So we are going to, so now we are going to the vulnerability assessment builder. So we can press here heading. So we can see assessment builder that we have just created. Then we are going to view the result. Voila! You see this is our result that we have just created, the vulnerability assessment. So as you can see, this is our vulnerability assessment result. We can maximize the window. You see, so in order to explore many features in our result, we can press here, you see, and then we can create the higher we want severity, we want to see the critical, you see, so we can press this one. Okay, then we can apply it. You see, as we have already filter sort control, it only shows us where we get the failure. We see we have privilege because the critical is 39F. We have authentication configuration 6F. Critical we have bashing 1F. So here is the result, and we can result the filtering. Okay, if you want, you can download your results. Okay, okay, so you see you can download it using, or you can save the file, or you can download it. Okay, so that's all. You see it downloaded as a PDF file. Okay, so here is how you can create your vulnerability assessment using IBM Guardium, and I hope you will try it, and I wish you all the best. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that whenever we upload something more especially related to cybersecurity, you can see how you can use and how you can benefit from it. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.